Christmas. And it is really a reflective time of year. It's a chance to think back on things that have happened to you in the past, traditions and memories. Some are good, some are bad, but I like to look at the good memories. And it's a chance to reflect and understand who you are as a person. And tonight, hopefully, you'll get to know a couple things about me, myself, and my family that you may have not have known before. Now, obviously, my last name is Italian, Rizzoni. I think everyone can figure that out. And we had a lot of family in San Jose. I lived in Reno, Nevada, and the big trip of the year was we could drive over Donner Summit through the snow and go down to San Jose, and it's warm compared to Reno. So we can go outside and play and have a lot of fun. But it was also where all 900 of my relatives were. Actually, it was more like about 50 of them, aunts and uncles, cousins, all sorts of people. And the highlight was Christmas dinner. And one year we went to my aunt's house. And she had this huge house surrounded by orchards. And this long Christmas table. We walked into the room, and I think that table was going to seat about 40 to 50 people. And it was very interesting. You had all the adults at one end, you had the children towards one end, then you had the babies and young toddlers and high chairs at the very end, down at the other side of the table. And it was all festive. Big Christmas tree, the table was decorated nicely. So wow, that was amazing. Especially as a young kid, I look at that, wow, it's amazing. But what I'm going to tell you about are some of the ways that the dinner was actually held. And that was the interesting part. If you were hungry, you would be well fed. If you were not full after that dinner, there was something wrong with you. So we sat down for dinner. And a traditional dinner for them was starting with the spaghetti, with meatballs, with garlic bread. The adults had wine. And after you loaded up on that, the lasagna came. Now, that was, my highlight was the lasagna more than the spaghetti. And there wasn't just one big tray. There was one tray here, another tray over here, another tray in this part of the table. It was loaded. But what would come after the lasagna? Of course, the ham. And not one ham, but multiple hams spread throughout the table. And if you were still hungry, you would have the turkey come out. Now at that point, you're starting to get into food drunkenness, you might want to call it. But that's not the beginning. Because before the meal, everyone was snacking on crackers, salami, prosciutto, and drinks beforehand. I don't know how some of my relatives did it. I don't know how they did it to hold that much food. But what was amazing at the very end was cookies that were brought out. And all the aunts made cookies. And these were not just trays with a few cookies. These were trays piled high. Not just one, several. But that was not the importance of that meal. The food was not the importance. It was the camaraderie and the memories of the interaction of everybody. Because in many ways, that was the only time of year that everyone got together. People were busy with their lives. They didn't have time to visit each other all the time. And They got their exercise when they talked. Their hands were flailing all over the place when they talked. But that is what I will bring about, remember forever, is the interaction, camaraderie, and the way people got along that one day, that Christmas Day. And it was something that I consider very special. Mr. Telsman.